Now, I was the first blog to talk about Evelyn's daughter being pregnant by her friend's ex-fiance. Okay, we talked about that several months ago. And then, of course, everybody and their mother start talking about it. But listen, y'all, Evelyn finally defends her daughter getting pregnant by her friend's ex fiance. Now, this is so very despicable. So, we got to hurry up and jump into this so we can hear Evelyn make another fool out of herself because this is one girl that she doesn't take responsibility for anything. I think she should have just not said anything because what she said just makes her look even more silly because y'all, we got to jump into this. So let's get into how Evelyn is minimizing the relationship she had with Tiffany, who was the previous fiance of the game. Tiffany is a teacher. I don't know if she's still a teacher, but I know she was. But she minimizes her relationship and in so many words try to say that she didn't really know her like that. Y'all, we got to get into this video. Guys, before we jump into this video, I do need you guys to make sure you are liking, sharing, and if you're not, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So, when you guys come on YouTube and you watch the videos, the way that you support the channel is you like the video. If you want, you can share it. But of course, then if you're not subscribed, then make sure you subscribe. So those are free ways that you can support the channel. You can also get a membership.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Now, Evelyn is a piece of work. I actually had some more things that I was going to talk about with regards to her, but this just takes the cake and this just took precedent because we had already talked about this previously and she never addressed it. And in all honesty, if this was my daughter, I just would never address it because there are pictures, there's information online that shows that you, in fact, was in a relationship with Tiffany. When I mean in a relationship, Evelyn and Tiffany were, in fact, friends. And we're going to get into the specifics as to how I can say that these two were friends. But before we get into that, the dilemma here is Evelyn, your daughter has a baby by your friend's ex-fiance, and her and Evelyn they weren't like casual friends, they were real friends. This is like real friend stuff. But you let your daughter go and sleep with her uncle. That's like an uncle. That's nasty. But what I want to talk about, y'all, is we got to get into how Evelyn brought her slow tale to the internet and defended this instead of just remaining quiet. I would have just remained quiet and act as if I didn't even see it. But it's what she said to defend it, which made her look even more crazy, y'all.
I'm literally sitting here cracking up and thinking to myself, first of all, my face is a little red because I was emotional about something good. But anyway, so because I'm on the other side of it, right? And you guys follow like these celebrities and people, and I know that people talk about us because of the show, who would date, whatever's happening in our lives. But it's always interesting for me, and I talked about this recently, for me to read the stuff about myself that are just false. Oh my God, this person was best friends with that person. How dare they? Guys, stop making this shit up, okay? It's everything that you read online, a lot of it is bullshit. I don't mind. Like, I live in my truth. I say what it is, but some of this stuff is crazy to read. So, anyway, my message got cut off. Anyway, the point is that, take the stuff you read with a grain of salt, and really think about you as a person, right? When you read things and you're passionate about it or you really believe it, and you're saying, oh, okay, let me go to that person's page to really tell them about themselves. But a lot of the stuff that you see is really bullshit. You know, if I was in a photo with somebody 10, 15 years ago, whatever it is, it doesn't mean we were friends. It doesn't mean we were best friends. It doesn't mean that we dated. You could be in a photo with somebody, or you could share space with somebody and it not be what people make it out to be. You know, and a lot of people believe this shit. So it's so interesting to me. Anyway, life is good. You know, we're good. I'm happy. But yeah, just needed to share that because I'm always like, what the hell?
Okay, guys, so let's address what the thing that she's trying to deny. She's saying that people are saying that people were best friends with certain people. She is referring to Tiffany Cambridge, who we see in the picture that is on the screen. So, what she's trying to deny is that her and Tiffany Cambridge, they didn't have a relationship. Basically, what she is saying is just because you see people in pictures together, that don't mean that they are associated. And that is so true. So I'm going to admit that I may take a picture with somebody. That does not necessarily mean I know that person. But we're going to get into why Evelyn is a liar. And we're going to pull back the layers because Evelyn did not just have casual pictures with Tiffany. She had very intimate pictures with Tiffany, in which Tiffany was invited to her baby shower, which I don't think you're letting a stranger touch your stomach. And not so much even that part. There's pictures with Evelyn holding Tiffany's daughter, which is now a teenager, and I don't think you just let strange people hold your children, just like I know you don't let strange people touch your stomach. But what Evelyn is trying to tell us is that we're stupid and what we're seeing is not real. A real relationship that she had with this person. In fact, she never even mentioned Tiffany's name. Isn't that typical narcissistic Evelyn? Because she knows exactly who everybody is referring to, but she wants to denounce the fact that she actually knows Tiffany, who is the person that her daughter decided to go and get herself pregnant by. So, what Evelyn wants us to think is that the pictures that we see of her and Tiffany Cambridge and even Shaunieoneal does not mean that they had a relationship. It doesn't mean that they are friends. She said just because she's in a photo with someone, it means nothing. And again, I have to agree with her on that. But what she's doing is she's using a different situation to try to sucker us because Evelyn Lozada and Tiffany Cambridge were in fact friends. But here's the another illusion that she tries to sell us. She says it doesn't mean that we're best friends. So I think that's the hook she's trying to say. We're not best friends. And that is weird because I don't have to be best friends with someone. I can know you. I can be around you. You best believe that I'm not sending my daughter or anybody else to go and lay with your ex man. I just feel like there's too many guys out here for that. But let's just get into this timeline and the rest of these photographs that Evelyn wants to tell us that we're crazy. And although these photos are there, she wants to let us know that they mean absolutely nothing. So the picture that we're currently looking at, again, I get what Evelyn is saying. You can definitely be in a picture with somebody and not be real friends with them. But I'm going to tell you this, the way that Evelyn is holding Tiffany's daughter, who is now probably, I think she may be 16 years old, that is a friendship. That is a close friendship. Look how she's holding that baby girl. And then look how Tiffany is holding onto Evelyn's arm. So you're telling me that they were not close friends? I mean, you can't like act and make these things up. But what we have learned about Evelyn is she is a person that does not take responsibility for anything she does. Like I originally stated, it seems like the best thing she could have done in this situation was what she had been doing and say nothing, but to make us or try to make us think that what we're seeing is not true just goes to show the real true essence of her character. Because anybody with eyes that can see, we can look at this picture and it actually almost looks like her and Evelyn were the real true friends, and maybe Shawnee was the one who was the person that, maybe they, Tiffany was introduced to later. I don't know, but it just seems like she was more in a relationship with Evelyn. But what Evelyn wants us to know is because she's in the photo with Tiffany does not mean that they were friends. It doesn't mean that they were close friends. And it actually doesn't mean anything, according to her. Now, listen, I'm not the touchy feely person, but I will tell you this. During my time being pregnant, no stranger is going to be touching on my stomach, or that's just weird. So I will tell you this, only somebody that I would have a very close relationship with would be able to touch me on my pregnant stomach. So she wants us to believe, although we see Tiffany Cambridge touching her belly, this is when Evelyn was pregnant with this last little boy that she has, Leo. Now you also see Diddy's daughter's mother, who is on side of Evelyn, but isn't it just crazy how Evelyn, with her lying ass, wants us to think that her and Tiffany, because her daughter decided to spread her wings and get pregnant by this lady's ex-fiance, that now Evelyn wants to throw the relationship away and tell the world that they were never friends, when I would have just stayed out of it. Because in all honesty, Evelyn's daughter is grown. She can pretty much do what she want to do. But even if she did what she wanted to do, I would still just say nothing. But this shows you that Evelyn probably had a hand in steering her daughter over to a broke dude, because we know the game. He could not have any money with all the lawsuits, and if he does, he's hiding it in everybody's name, because with the lawsuits that he has against him, I would imagine a little few dollars that he has would be going over to somebody else. But the fact that Evelyn is so narcissistic and very manipulative that she wants to tell us, play in our face, and make us think that her and Tiffany never even had a relationship. And just because she's in a photograph with her means absolutely nothing. This is definitely a person that feels guilty. In her video, she stated that, in so many words, what she was saying is that she was getting messages. So maybe people were reaching out to her, just letting her know just what a horrible person she is. But in my thoughts, I feel like for whatever reason, she wants to make us think that they were never friends. And I guess I don't understand why she wants to tell us this when we have the proof, and it is evident that they had a very close relationship. Because as I originally stated, I don't think any woman is going around letting a stranger put their hands on her pregnant stomach. Like, that just doesn't make sense. So y'all got to let me know what y'all think. And as always, guys, you know the drill. Make sure you like, share, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh?